Yeah, so I'm being a top 20 for like I pay attention to it when I'm out on the town all the time. Like, am I hotter than that guy? On the level of, am I better dressed, better hair, taller, leaner, etc. Just to kind of scope the competition. And that's one of the things that guys kind of forget about is doing the recon. Like, I walked home from work yesterday just because I wanted to recon bars and good places to take girls on dates. Because I don't like I said last time, I don't like taking two girls to the same bar in the same nights.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was pretty funny reasoning though. Which is weird. I wouldn't mind, but I guess with you were having the girls kind of poking fun that were working there. For me, I would always try to find one that I knew, so that way they can kind of help me out on that one and get good tips, I guess.
So,
but then again, you're in the game more than I am now, so I should probably defer to you on this one.
Well, it's also based on how much game you run. Like, if you're on 3 dates a week, it's no problem taking them to the same bar. I do that all the time. I've taken a new girl to the same bar 7 days in a row because I had a hot streak going at that bar. Like, if I have a bar and I strike out there like 3 or 4 times, I never go back there on a first date ever.
Do you wear your special socks when it's playoff season?
No, but it's just something with the. If I strike out with a girl like once or twice at the same bar, I don't usually react to it. But if it happens like 3, 4, 5 times, I try to kind of break the streak by going somewhere else and see if that improves it.
So do you think it's something to do with like the ambience of the bar or the type of crowd, or do you think it's just a mental thing where you want to get into a space where you don't have that baggage already?
Well, it's the baggage thing, but it also has to do with the atmosphere of the bar. Like, if the bar is really crowded, if it's really hot, if the air isn't good, so it's kind of like stuffy. It doesn't, or if the music is so loud, you can't actually have a decent conversation, or the people there. Like, I took a girl to a hardcore sports pub at one point, and the atmosphere there just didn't work because it's very hard to run effective game on a girl when you have 30 guys watching the game behind you screaming.
Oh, the Shark Club was horrible for that. Hey, fuck, Donovan's in the chat. What's up, Donnie?
Hey, Donovan.
Look at that. Chime in with something. Just tuning in while I prep for Redman Group. Oh, look at you, fancy guy. Yeah, we were just, what were we even talking about? We kind of tend to just trail off and get whatever interests us at the time. We were on, killing the cold streaks.
Yeah, I got a good question. How often girls message me first? Well, it happens if I get a couple of 100 matches, 10 of those girls may open me. But usually when they open, it's a very good sign. Usually that means I'm going to sleep with them. But sometimes it's kind of weird because they open and you have a good conversation and then they flake or don't show up or whatever.
Just a validation thing, or they lost interest, or their other choice picked up? Any one of the above?
I had a funny one yesterday though, because I had a girl who's obviously into selling nudes on Snap. So she was trying to. So she matched with me on Tinder. We went into Snap and we were going back and forth. And then last night, when I was kind of half in the bag, she started messaging me trying to sell me nudes.
Just tell her to pay her taxes.
No, I just told her it's kind of rude to try and sell a guy a product without giving any form of product sampling first.
Always straight down to business. I'm going to guess that trailed off, or did she actually take the bait?
No, she hasn't responded yet, so she's probably off charging some data for nudes.
I'll still never get, man.
Well, I was going to start sending her the nudes I have of other girls on my phone. Are you better than
structure your business like this? I can help you out for just send me some money by PayPal. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I'll run your taxes for you and everything. Girl ends up, I was just trying to get him for nudes, and then he ended up restructuring my business. Now I'm making $300,000 a year. It's awesome. How's that for pre-selection?
Hell, soon I'll be running a huge business with a ton of Snap girls selling nudes to betas, and I'll have to move to Eastern Europe and get a Lambo.
Gee, what a great hypothetical that definitely does not anybody we actually know. Oh, fuck, man, they're really interested in your Tinder game here. This one here. Do you go out by yourself for pickup? I'm assuming he means day game or night game, or like you're obviously going out with one other person when you're doing Tinder game.
Well, I do occasionally, but it's what would I do? It's like I do it if the mood strikes me. Like I see day game. I don't specifically go out like some of the London guys do and just hang out on busy high street all day, just running game. But if I see a hot girl at the grocery store or wherever when I'm doing something, I'll usually hit on. Same thing with night game. If I'm just grabbing a beer on my way home from work and there's a cute girl there I want to talk to, I'll talk to her. But I don't go out specifically sarging like we used to do.
Yeah. Oh, so opportunist game then.
Because it's well, I just think it's kind of if you can line stuff up with Tinder, why bother going out? And you can hit on girls while you're out or between dates. That's no problem to do. So that's just my point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because you're out for the results. I do suggest. I know for some of my guys that I'm consulting, I suggest it, but only because while they're working on their bodies, getting the fat fuck stuff off, getting rid of their t-shirts and their ripped up jeans, to have them go run some day game. Like, don't commit your life to it, but just so they can see the difference between being unattractive and attractive, to how the same approach and the same openers will have a dramatically different effect if you're just somewhat more attractive and dressed better. Like you were saying, the stuff that you can easily handle and get out of the way. But you are right, though. Once you have good game and you don't have to worry about seeing that and understanding that, I don't see the point of it myself.
Well, it also comes down to, I think most guys can add 2 to 3 points to their SMV for less than $1,000 in less than a week.
Oh, dude, I could probably have a guy do it for 300. Actually, 400. We'll add some nice shoes onto that.
Yeah, I was thinking of at least two or three outfits, good haircut, good beard structure, if they have beards.
Mm-hmm.
Usually getting them some kind of styling products and the ability to actually style their hair so they don't sit around on a Saturday morning in a Magnum PI shirt with their hair looking like shit.
I think we can't be friends anymore. I actually don't like you now. Pistols at dawn, good sir. They still did duels back when Schoppenheimer was around, wasn't he? Oh, yeah, I got a bit of a cowlick thing going on. I don't know what that is, man. Today it's been fucked up, and it just won't go down. Yeah, I think it's because I got the hots for you.
Yeah, probably. It's got the hot so bad it's melting your gel.
Gel? Oh, dude, pomade. I'm 100% metrosexual. When you look into my thing, the wife always loves poking fun whenever I'm out there with groups. And I'm like getting a little too charismatic. She goes, this guy's got a hair straightener, right? As if that'll like shoot it down, but then we have a good laugh over that. I'll tell the girls to exfoliate and we'll have a good time.
Well, that was one of the things with Donovan that I noticed when I was a fan of this show and just watching it, that Donovan always has his hair and beard game on point.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Groundshark Coffee. They strive to make coffee that inspires you to be your best. Coffee that gives you a morning jolt or the afternoon energy to make your dreams a reality and tastes damn good while it's at it.
It's funny, after like a year, you think I'd have that stuff on the top of my head, just how little I pay attention to other guys.
Well, to be fair, I don't know what Rolo's hair looks like either. I think he just his top of his head is just a beanie.
That's where the tumor is for his cancer.
No, but I use pomade too. I switched from gel to pomade about a year ago. It was recommended from my barber, and it's water activated. So if my hair gets messy during work, I can just I usually keep a comb with me at all times. So I can just go into the bathroom and straighten the hair out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, same. Comb. Even at work, I'd have a fucking. Now you got me all self-conscious, you fucking asshole. Comb, toothbrush, and toothpaste, like all that stuff, I would have it at work.
Yeah, usually I like having some kind of cleaning product too. Like if you spill something, if you're wearing especially in summer, when I usually wear a lot of khakis or tan or light pants and stuff, and if you're going to a big meeting, you're always spilling coffee on those right before the meeting, and you need to figure out some way to get that fixed.
Oh yeah, Tide pens are the greatest invention ever. I love them.
Tide pens? What are those?
A Tide pen? It's just it's a pen with something in it that just cleans things. Just Tide.
to look into
Like the detergent. You've seen them. There's no way you haven't.
Yeah, I've probably seen them. I just have no idea what. I haven't heard the name for them.
Yeah, it's just a detergent felt marker, and Tide was the only one that people. It's like how Kleenex, how it's like the name brand became the name of the thing.
Oh, it's those. Fair enough.
Yeah. Although a lot of it was military too. Like I always have like a boot polishing kit in my desk too whenever I'm at work or wherever I'm at. And it's just something we picked up from the Navy. A lot of the time the guys would be sitting there during a lull time at work and they would just start polishing shoes.
Yeah, well, it's kind of. I was doing that last night because my date ended up flaking on me, and I wasn't in the mood to. I was kind of tired after work anyway, so I was just sitting in my living room drinking scotch and polishing boots.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the stuff that finally made it through the duty. How much was your scotch collection? You said it was like $2,000 or something like that.
No, almost 10.
Jeez, I can only imagine how that's got to, and that's. I'm assuming that's a lot of bottles. Not just some 1875 bottle in there with a bunch of Jack Daniels.
Well, there's not a lot of bottles, but there are a lot of higher end rare stuff in there, like from distilleries that have closed down and stuff like that.
Oh, fair enough. So I gotta ask then. So for the super expensive stuff, at that point, is there like that much of a distinct taste, or is a lot of it just having like with my art on the wall, where there's a story behind it and it's got that sentimentalness to it, or?
It's a bit of both. Like some of them have really, like Lefroy, when they get really, really well aged, become absolutely amazing whiskeys. The 10-year-old is kind of very harsh, but once you get those really well aged, that peatiness is kind of smoothed out. It has a really nice, nice flavor to it. But others are more, it's the fact that the distillery closed down. There's a story with the bottle. It's a rare series. Like I bought some Johnny Walkers that were only available to buy in duty free at airports for a limited time.
Oh, is that the gold label, or what did they call it?
No, that was it was 4 or 5. It was inspired by the travels. So you had the Spice Road, and then you had the Silk Routes and everything like that. So I bought those. And then there were some classic 21-year-olds like from Lagavulin. I have their 21-year-old. I have a Talisker 21-year-old, an Open 21-year-old, and a few bottles like that. And those are just available all the time, so they're not overly bad or pricey. And then you have some more, like I have an Ardbeg from 1967.
Oh, damn.
And the reason I have that is just it was a gift. And I have a whiskey from the year I was born.
Oh, so that'd be 19XX, a fine vintage year.
1920. I turn 100 next year. Still running game.
Oh boy. Yeah, I gotta admit, I gotta try it. I was getting into the Irish whiskeys there, but I only ever tend to have one bottle, maybe two in the house, and mostly the sipping stuff. So I've never really gotten into the point where I collect, and I really should. It seems like it's a nice fun hobby.
Well, I would have a much bigger collection if I'd figured out the idea of having a drinking whiskey in the house along with a sipping whiskey. Because it's very easy to get into a sipping whiskey and you end up sipping the whole fucking bottle in a night.
Yeah, I've done that once or twice. Well, yeah, I've done
it. You kind of get pissed in the morning when you wake up and you see, oh shit, I drank an entire $500 bottle of scotch last night.
So you always got to have a bottle of red or black label sitting around?
Yeah, I always keep a bottle of black. That's why I have in my decanter. I have a decanter with that I have my drinking whiskey in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always Johnny Walker Black. And then I usually keep a small bottle of red in the house just to mix with. That's what I was doing before the show today. Donovan, the difference between a sipping whiskey and a drinking whiskey is that a sipping whiskey is expensive as fuck. And you might have one drink from it every year. And then you have drinking whiskey, which is basically what you drink when you want to get drunk. If you're going to sit down and have like 7 drinks in a night, you go ahead and you have your Johnny Walker Black label.
Yeah, and the only third category I'd add is a mixing whiskey, because Even the drinking whiskeys, I kind of like to taste them drink by themselves, but you always got to have that one cheap one that you want to make your Manhattans or cold. What the hell are they called? I can't even think of a whiskey drink right now. Simple something. Yeah, whiskey sours. Because I would never want to do, especially, and that's the thing, I'd never want to do that with like something that I'd have as a drinking whiskey, which would be kind of peaty. Like ILAs are the worst. I can't mix them with anything.
No, I tried mixing a whiskey sour once with like a bullet, I think, and that tasted like shit.
Mm-hmm. I tried doing a cider mix with it, and that tasted like wood, like I was eating a tree.
Yeah, I even took the time to make really good sour mix from fresh fruit and everything.
Oh, look
Still tastes like shit.
Yeah, we'll have to get those gastro guys to find out what pairs well with peat.
I don't know. Never tried.
Yeah, I think I'm about done. Then Iron Stoic on what's a good tequila to mix with. I mean, they're all good for mixing. Just stay away from that like El Jimador and Jose, because those are the really cheap ones that give you headaches, I find. Anything with the stag on the cover.
Get anything with 100% agave.
Mm-hmm. And then Anejo, which is the aged. And then, fuck, it's been so long. How did it work? Anejo was aged. Reposado was like old aged, but without any of the sugars in that. I think it's Reposado you want without the headaches. Fuck, I got to get back into this stuff. I haven't drank in so long. Like, I barely drink. That's why I like whiskey now, because you can have a glass of it.
You know, I don't drink tequila anymore. I go nuts.
Oh, you're one of those?
Yeah, I can't handle my tequila at all. I haven't had tequila since like 2003.
See, that's the one thing I got that's really good, is that I can chug back tequila and not really have an effect from it. For me, it's just like, it has like a chocolate taste to me. I just love it.
No, to me, if I drink tequila, I go nuts. But it could have something to do with I usually only had tequila. It was tequila shots.
Mm. Oh, so you're like those girls that don't drink vodka anymore because it turns out vodka and sugar is really bad, and you get sick off it 5 or 6 times, and you think you're alcohol intolerant.
Well, the reason for me is that I just go nuts whenever I have tequila for some reason. Like, different alcohols have different effects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, drink vodka, that's a perfect drink if you're an alcoholic because it doesn't smell anything, and you don't get bad hangovers from good vodka. And then you have something like, you know, if you drink beer, you're going to be a little bloated, but you're usually not going to wake up really, really thirsty because you're not dehydrated.
Yeah.
Then you have red wine where you get the headache from the tannins, especially with the French ones, and you also tend to become more mellow and sleepy when you drink it. That's why you never serve a girl red wine on a date. Then you have white wine, which is one of my drinks of choice for dates. So I always keep 2 bottles of chilled white wine in my fridge just for because then once you've had a couple of glasses of wine with a girl out at a place, you can be like, well, I have a good bottle of white wine back in my place that we just have to try.
I like that. What do you go with? I always stick with the Chardonnay just because of the oak and barrel thing. I call it Scotch for wine.
Yeah, I usually keep a bottle of Chardonnay and something like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Ooh, fancy. Wait, what's this one? Oh yeah, so guys are in here. Pimp juice, same thing. I had to stop beer after college. It felt like dad bod creeping. It's the same thing. I get the same thing as you, where it's like I can't get drunk off of beer. I'll get full off of beer first, and then just like bloatedly full.
No, I can get drunk as fuck off beer. That's not the problem. With beer, you get that, especially if you're into craft beers. Mm-hmm. And it's not because, you know, you get a ton of estrogen from the hops. Stop being paranoid. It's more the fact that it's big in volume, and a lot of the craft beer hasn't had time to age enough. So what happens is you get some yeast residue, and if you've eaten something that the yeast can ferment, you can get a fermentation going in your stomach. So you get extremely gassy off it.
Oh. And does that go away, or is that the kind of thing that you kind of have to go on a fast to get it out of your system?
Like, no, it goes away after a couple of days.
Oh. See, I didn't know that. That makes sense, though.
So you'll notice that if you drink a lot of craft beer and you're on keto, so you don't eat a lot of fermentable stuff, mm-hmm. you don't get nearly as badly bloated.
So that's the problem then, is when you're eating that with a lot of potato chips and whatever else they have at the pub.
Yeah, that's a major difference because they actually tested that with a study, girls versus guys, who gains the most weight when they drink. And guys gain more weight, not because we drink beer so much, but when the girls go out to have wine, they drink wine. When we go out to have some beer with the buddies, the wings come out, the nachos come out, you might order a pizza or burgers or some kind of food with it. We are sitting there eating fucking chips all night.
That's interesting. I might have to try that then. Go on a fast and then just have a couple beer. Actually, you know what? That's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, you get drunk real fast.
Yeah. 30 minutes in, I'm passed out on the floor. I can't even puke because there's nothing in me.
But I like beer, but I tend to lean more towards hard liquor and mixed drink because you can get a lot of good tonic waters with that are sugar free.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're only getting the calories from the alcohol. So that's kind of my approach to it. If you stick with, and I also tend to go towards the whiter wines like the Rieslings and that, and Mosel wines, because they're really nice if you chill them down.
I can see that.
Sours, but I hear a lot of girls like them.
It's because it's sweeter. My another one of the guys I sailed with, his wife Dana, she used to drink Rieslings all the time. Although she was a functioning alcoholic because she actually had it like she'd fill her glass with ice and then pour the Riesling into it. So for her, it was just like pop. Yeah, she's one of those kind of functioning alcoholics. Like I got a few of those ones. Another girl I sailed with, she did red wine, but she hated the taste, so she'd mix it with Coke. And there were so many times you'd see her passed out at the bottom of the stairs, right by the mess or something like that, and the girls would have to like haul her into her room so the coxswain didn't charge her. Like I'm amazed. Yeah, girls are drinkers, man. I got stories. Our baby doctor, she used to use IVs on herself all the time because she would get drunk, and then she would just use her IV as like a hangover cure whenever she was in the clinic. She only had to work 2 hours a day for sick clinic when we were deployed, and then she couldn't even handle that because she was too busy being hungover. Remember once she got drunk and she tried diving into a lazy river in, I want to say Oman, and she ended up scarring her face all up because it was just a lazy river. It's only 3 feet deep. So she had what looked like these camel markings on her, like how they brand camels in the Middle East. Fuck, we made fun of her for that one for months. Yeah, girls are the alcoholics now. Guys don't even have it anymore. That's the point of the story.
Yeah, well, I notice that with girls all the time, that girls drink a lot more now. Like they used to be kind of more careful with it, but now it's just full bore.
So I wonder, I don't know why that is too. Is that because I can't say it's girls entering the workforce, because I mean their moms were in the workforce. They were the ones that were pioneering the stuff, so they've been there. I just can't figure out why.
I think it's just more of the whole thing with, you see guys are becoming more feminine, like using pomade and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls are becoming more masculine with drinking and tobacco use.
Oh, girls are going to start smoking cigars and pipes and take that from me too, those cocksuckers.
Well, I like girls who smoke pipe.
I did not see that coming.
No, neither do they. That's why they choke on it.
Well, hey, David, Ryan did not find another shirt. I've had this shirt for years. This is my Magnum PI. It's my lucky shirt. This shirt's been to more countries than you, so show some respect.
Yeah, Ryan, why don't you tell the guys where you got that shirt, and I'll just go grab another drink.